How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. In this video we have Beelzemon going up against Green Hybrid. Green Hybrid gaining a lot of popularity these past couple days, or weeks I guess. And there's some different builds, there's definitely the standard Russell build, but people are experimenting, trying stuff out. I know that this player in particular is trying out the red plugin, which is pretty cool. We see definitely an atrocious, and I mean atrocious, start from Beelzemon here. I'm pretty sure this will still be a solid game. These are two very good players, two players I have respect for. So I'm sure it'll be a great game, but yeah, just horrendous start. Hard pass into hard drop level 4 just feels bad. I think the idea is that like you don't open up a rookie, so you're like, okay, I'll pass because I don't want to give over 6 memory. And then next turn, if you draw the rookie, you can Digivolve with the 4 you can hard play and you'll be in a better spot. The problem is that if you then don't top deck the rookie, you're like even further behind because now you pass over memory and you have the hard drop, right? So in this case, it's like I like just hard dropping the level 4 anyway. But I guess it's just personal preference. So we see Green being able to just, swing right over it, doing a good job with the suspend. You're gonna see if Bielsa can, make any sort of comeback after that horrendous start. There's definitely games in Digimon, especially in this no mulligan world, where like of very early plays, it does feel like the game can be decided. And I'll be the first to say, like, I love Digimon, but I definitely don't love that. It's definitely some of these games that make me really wish we did have mulligans. Gonna be swinging with the Rhinos. This time gonna be going into a Shivamon. Pretty good. Shivamon's gonna stop the options and get that trash when it unsuspends. I do like the Shivamon in the Green Hybrid. It just kind of makes sense, right? Like the Shivamon support cards are okay, like the Pulsemon, the whatever the guys are called, I don't even know, Pistamon, something like that, right? But like, I don't know, Shivamon is a great Digimon. Sometimes you need the support, and like the Green Hybrid package puts in work. I love this play where you go into the level 6, you get the trash, and then because of the inheribles, you actually get a bunch of memory back. Actually pretty strong. Gonna be swinging with the Bielsa, getting all the mills, all the memory. You can see he starts doing some pretty powerful plays, and he can go into the blast mode to clear. So definitely a great response. Not a good start for Beelzemon, but he's making a good comeback. That was a really strong turn overall. I don't know if the Green Hybrids actually have a great way to deal with like the 15k beater, right? I think that it's very easy for him to suspend and answer like champions and maybe level 5s. But once you get like a really big Digimon like that, like 15k Beelz mode, I don't know if he's gonna be able to answer that, right? There's no like hard removal. I don't believe they're playing things like Nidhogg or anything like that. I don't think they really have much DP boost. I guess the Terramon does provide some DP boost, so maybe that's how. But even so, I feel like it'd be a bit tough. So I kind of like the play. Gonna use the memory gain of the Terramon and then just memory choke with another Terramon, right? Thinking that like if he can't, beat over the Bielsa and he doesn't have a removal spell, he might be able to just go aggressive and win through chip damage basically. Last one's gonna be swinging for 2 checks. Does hit into a JP though, which is less than ideal, because now there are potentially 4 swings at his security next turn. So definitely something to be scared about. We see that he does play blockers in his deck. But those blockers might not be doing too much if they just get suspended by Metal Cover Terramon. Plus, without a rookie on the board, he'd have to like hard play level 4, which at this point is definitely not what he wants to do. I think it's a good call to go into the Black Growl in the back, knowing that if he can't win this turn, then at least he might be able to set up game next turn, right? Also, I gotta say the Terramon does a great job of blocking the inheribles from the Soulmon and the Skullsatamon to deny that extra memory gain, really ensuring that the memory choke was there. So a little bit of memory to work with, 3. Gonna see what the play is. Definitely the Sidon, knowing that next turn, like for sure it's gonna be game, right? So what is the response here? And I do like that despite a bad start from Beelzemon, this is a close game. Those were some insane mills. Hitting the double Deathslinger and the Immon, right? Like turning a 2-card mill into like a 5-card mill with a bunch of effects. You can see how the Bielsa deck can, in the right situation with the right mills, do very powerful plays. So 2 JPs to work with. That blast mode is not going away anytime soon. Does he want to try and go in defensive? Okay, no, it's... Yep, gonna go straight into level 4. Only costs 1. Those 2 memory to work with. Gonna go with the red plugin. Swinging for 2 checks. It does survive. And then double Terrimon's gonna swing for game. Wow, very interesting line of play. So like if you have 2 hybrids, you just don't do that, right? But I guess he only had the 1 hybrid. And he took a well-calculated risk with the red plugin. You know, if it had died in the first check, it had no gem or anything like that, like he would have probably lost. But the Beelzemon deck has a bunch of like very low DP followers, right? Like obviously all the Immons, the dog is like 3k, the blocker is 5k, right? Plus any like tamer option that he might be okay against. So I like that risk. It was well calculated, pays off, and we get to see the double Terry swing for game. So a really solid play there. I am a fan of it. Going into game 2 here, we're gonna see Beelzemon start us off. Hopefully has a better start than last time. Looks like no rookie, but it can at least set up a memory tamer. You know, that's definitely still a reasonable way to spend turn 1, and maybe next turn he'll draw a rookie. Gonna see Gummymon into Terrier. I gotta say, the Gummymon is such a fantastic Digitama. Just really strong effect. We see another level 6, the Argomon being played here. It does work against all the hybrid decks, and it definitely seems like we're seeing a resurgence in those hybrid decks, making a comeback into the meta. Gonna be playing the Terriermon for easier tamer setup in the future. Has to pass over the memory anyway. Gonna play the dog, which I guess is fine, right? It's a cheaper level 4 to play, and something you can get good value out of on deletion. And that Rapidmon cannot suspend it. He doesn't have a tamer. Alt-Art Rapidmon kind of nice though. Okay, gonna use the option to suspend the dog. And now Rapidmon can clear it, getting the card draw from the Gummymon. Yeah, now Rapidmon can clear it. I like that. The Rapidmon is just such an insane card. Like when you play Terriermons, you get to just go crazy. Gonna set up the JP, and I guess now go into okay, so just gonna hold the Rapid entirely. Very interesting. Definitely had very many different lines of plays there. Opts to just set up the JP and go right away. JP was played this turn though, so that Digimon cannot attack. Yeah, has to go into the Rapid instead. Good catch by both players. You're like used to like whenever you Digivolve a tamer, you can attack right away, but you cannot if the tamer was played that turn, obviously. We see a bunch of mills happening from the dog's effect, a bunch of more mills happening from, I don't know, something else. And then he can take the Impmon and then dog effect as well, right? So well, pretty good stuff. Like I said, all it takes is like one effect that's gonna mill cards, chaining into a bunch of other effects, and the Beelzemon deck can, you know, go pretty far with that. Already has quite a bit of cards in the trash. Is facing 3 Digimon on the board, one of them being Rapidmon, which is hard to deal with though. So just to finish resolving all its effects. The Beelzemon deck is, I guess, like purple in general usually tends to be like a high skill cap color. Some decks, you know, easier than others, obviously. I don't know, do you guys feel like the Beelzemon deck is a hard deck to play? Sometimes it feels like you just like let Jesus take the wheel, right? You just mill and you just hope you hit some good stuff. But I feel there's like ways to like pilot the deck properly to maximize your chance of success is what I want to say with that. Okay, so it does have Amon in the back. Gonna be swinging with this Immon just to get the trash. Hits into another Rapid insecurity. Nice to see the green deck, you know, max rarity. I like the pre-release hybrids from the green side. I feel like you rarely see them. Like the green hybrid deck was such a cheap deck that most people playing that deck were just like playing like the very cheap version, which I respect, nothing wrong with that. But it's nice to see the pre-release versions of them. And then gonna go with a trash memory boost. Just continue to fill up the trash and send it for a better next turn. I like that idea because, like, you know, it is green. Anything he hard plays on the board is likely going to get suspended and clear. So why take that sort of risk? Just going to instead set up in the bag. Plays the JP, and because of the Terriermon, you know, get the memory. It's one of the reasons why Terriermon is so good. And I know I said this in the other video, but I'm just so happy to see Green Hybrid find success as a full green deck. I really like that. I feel like it's definitely the way to go. Rapidmon swinging, just everything swinging, taking some very aggressive checks. Swings into an Alice though, which pretty good. Alice does put in work. I feel like not every Beelze list does run the Alice, but she can put in a ton of work. Gonna end the turn by setting up a Mimi, ensuring that he has multiple tamers to work with for the next turn. So Beelzemon definitely has to do a lot of catch up, but he's got cards in the trash, he's got dual tamers, level 4 to work with, and a memory boost. So let's see, you know, how much you can get out of this board state. The Rapidmon has to, you know, armor purge, so it's gotta be answered potentially twice. And then next turn there's quite a bit. Already Terramon and 2 hybrids. You know, because of the JP, like that could potentially be game, right? So for sure he has to fully clear the board. I don't think he can win this turn, but maybe he could clear the board and then perhaps set up a blocker. Although as we talked about, you know, the blockers may just not do enough. I do like this combo quite a bit. The Black Royale Digiburst plus Alice combo gives you a very, very cheap Digivolution for your level 6. So a really, really powerful combo. It kind of makes me want to try that in other decks. I wonder what other purple decks or level 6s could take advantage of this, because it is a pretty sweet combo, and the Black Royale Inheritable is just so strong. I wonder, has anybody tried to make Chaos Gallant work with Takato? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Takato give Chaos Gallant Blitz? Maybe there's a way to make like a sick Chaos Gallant Takato deck. I have a deck idea, maybe for next week. I might try it out, we'll see. Okay, so gonna get the pop, but you know, obviously armor purge is there. Rapidmon is going to save itself. Can swing and then kill the Amon to restand. Swinging over the level 4, it seems like. Getting the restand, yep. Can get the 1 attack in effect. Gets the mills, pops the terrier. Right? Oh, you swing at security and then pop the level 4 then. And then this time around can swing again. The 1 attacking effect is not once per turn. Does pop the Terramon. There is a blast mode in the trash. So can tap the dual tamer, or not dual tamer, but the regular tamer. I don't actually know the name of those kids. And then go into the blast mode. It's not enough to go for game, but it is a way to ensure that next turn he will likely have game. We see that his build also plays hybrids, right? So pretty solid. Beelze doing Beelze stuff. There's the blast mode. If there was something else, it would also clear it. And then I believe that should be 3 checks at security for 15k, which should survive against everything. But that is going to pass over the turn. We have Terriermon and 2 tamers, one of them being JP, meaning that with double hybrid that will be game. The JP cost reduction on the hybrid is just so insane. And then it gives you piercing on top of that, right? Like, I know Big Design has some crazy cards, but man, JP is just so good. It's once again a situation where like he dies next turn for sure, right? He does have 1 hybrid, gets a discount, can suspend the Amon just to play extra save, get card draw of the Gummymon, can then swing over the Amon, and again use the Pearson to check security. Terry can swing, and then that's gonna be hybrid for game. How do you guys feel about the green hybrid? Looks pretty strong. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching.